Now, wait for a second. If you are not a comfortable place, move to one and lean back, because we are about to embark on a vast, endless journey together. Take a breath and look up. Now try to imagine this. Everything you have ever known, every person, every place, every story exists on one tiny rock orbiting one star in one galaxy, in an ocean of trillions. That ocean, that's the universe. And it's impossibly and mind-breakingly big. Let's find out. According to the latest estimates, the universe is about 46 billion light years in radius. And if you are wondering how a universe that was born just over 13 billion years ago can be that big, well, the answer lies in the way the universe expands. The speed of light isn't actually a limit when it comes how space itself stretches. For a very long time, the universe has been expanding. And not just expanding, also accelerating. Still, when we hear 46 billion light years, we are like, okay, that's massive, but it's almost impossible to truly grasp what that even means. Numbers like that are just too far beyond our everyday experience. And that's exactly what we are going to explore today, how big the universe is. So, if you are ready, let's dive in. We will start from we might call our 0 point, our home, that pale blue dot we live on, planet Earth. And the truth is, we don't actually live on such a tiny planet after all. Let's put Earth's size into perspective. Earth has a diameter of about 12,700 kilometers. If you were to hop into a car and drive around the planet at 100 kilometers per hour without ever stopping, it would take you more than 17 days to make a full loop. If you flew in a plane instead, it would still take over 2 days of non-stop travel to circle the Earth. So no, we don't live on a small planet, but compared to the rest of the cosmos, it's a grain of sand on an endless beach. But our imagination knows no boundaries, so let's push beyond Earth and set our sights on the moon, our closest celestial neighbor. It sits about 384,000 kilometers away. That's far, really far. If you got in a car and drove at 100 kilometers per hour non-stop, it would take you over 160 days to get there. Think about that. More than 5 months of driving through the void just to reach the first step beyond Earth. And yet, in cosmic terms, the moon is right next door. And from this point, Earth appears as a fragile sphere of blues and greens, crackled in the black void of space, a sight that puts our existence into a humbling perspective. Next, let's go to Sun. Sun is about 150 million kilometers away from Earth. Imagine this. Light traveling at 300,000 kilometers per hour, and it takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth. If you were to travel this distance by car, it would take 177 years. In a jet flying at 900 kilometers per hour, it would be about 19 years to reach Sun. If we change our mind and want to go Neptune, it would take 5,000 years by car, and by plane 600 years. Neptune is the lastest planet in our solar system. It takes sunlight about 4 hours and 15 minutes to travel the vast distance from the Sun to reach Neptune, a journey through the cold emptiness of space. Even though we can't physically reach this extraordinary distance, the spacecraft we have built traveled quite far. Farthest human-made object in the cosmic ocean is Voyager 1, a space probe launched at 1977, over 48 years. It has been racing at full speed toward the deeps of space. In 1990, suggestion of renowned astronomer Carl Sagan, Voyager 1 turned its camera back toward the Earth for the one final photograph. This resulted in the iconic pale blue dot image, and from a distance about 6 billion kilometers, our planet appears as a tiny faint dot in the vastness of space. Right now, Voyager 1 is about 24.8 billion kilometers away from Earth. If you were traveling at the speed of light, it would take 23 hours to reach Voyager 1. Our next destination takes us far beyond the solar system to the nearest star, Proxima Centauri. located 4.2 light years away. Even if we traveled at the same speed as Voyager 1, it would still take us 73,000 years to reach it. Now, let's go even farther, to the Milky Way galaxy itself. In just our galaxy, there are an estimated 400 billion stars, like Sun. We often talk about galaxies, stars, and the universe using the word billion. We say there are 100, 200, even 400 billion stars in one single galaxy. But wait a second, what does a billion actually mean? It sounds simple, but let's imagine it together. Counting from 1 to 1000 takes about 17 minutes. If you want to count to 1 million, it would take you around 12 days. But what about a billion? Get ready, it would take 32 years. Yes, you heard that right. Just counting from 1 to 1 billion without stopping would take you 32 years. I wanted to emphasize this because things are getting even more complicated. There are 400 billion stars in just our galaxy. And if we assume that each star has a planetary system, we are talking about billions, even trillions of possible planets. All of this is contained in just our galaxy, which is 105,000 light years in diameter. Let's leave the Milky Way to head to our neighbor, the nearest galaxy, Andromeda, that 2.5 million light years far away from our galaxy. The light we see from Andromeda today actually left the galaxy 2.5 million years ago. Because of the gravity, the Andromeda galaxy and the Milky Way are currently moving towards each other at a speed of about 100 to 140 kilometers per second. Scientists predict that they will merge in about 4.5 billion years. And finally, we arrive at the cosmic background radiation left over from the Big Bang. When we look at this, we are actually reaching the boundary of observable universe. It's just what we can see. The entire universe might be much larger, possibly infinitive, but we can't observe beyond a certain point because the light from there hasn't had time to reach us and might never. And within this vast system, there are about 2 trillion galaxies. 2 trillion. Just imagine this. Does it end here? No, of course not. What we currently estimate is just the observable universe, and it's about 93 billion light years across. But this is the only part we can see. As we mentioned earlier, the universe itself constantly expanding. Some scientists believe the actual size of the universe could be up to 250 times larger than what we can observe. That means we are talking about trillions of light years. So, everything we see, all these billions of galaxies and trillions of stars, might be a very tiny piece of a much larger universe. And now, the real question is, what should we do with this knowledge? What can learning all this actually bring the person? We might seem tiny and insignificant, but at the same time, it reminds us we are also incredibly special, knowing that every atom in our bodies came from stars that died long time ago. In the end, it teaches us about the futility of fights, wars, and petty warriors. It tells us that our time is limited and that we should make the most of it while we can.